This week's edition of NJBIA's Minding Your Business is brought to you in part by AT&T, helping family, friends, and neighbors connect in meaningful ways every day. From the first phone call 140 years ago to mobile video streaming today, AT&T innovates to improve lives. New Jersey's community colleges aligning education to build an innovative workforce. Find out how your business can join and benefit at njpathways.org. And by New Jersey Business Magazine, providing the critical information needs for New Jersey's business community for more than 65 years.
Welcome to NJBIA's Minding Your Business. I'm Bob Considine. Well, there's an important program that has provided free training to more than 200,000 employees at New Jersey community colleges for more than 12,000 employers. Yet not every employer is aware of it. So here to help bring awareness to the New Jersey Workplace Literacy and Basic Skills Training Program are Catherine Frugé Starghill from the New Jersey Community Colleges Consortium for Workforce and Economic Development and the New Jersey Council of Community Colleges, and Dawn Gelsi-Collins from Inspira Health. Ladies, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Bob, for having us.
Catherine, thank you for being here a second time, and Dawn, welcome to the program. So, we just had this great press conference celebrating what is 15-year anniversary of the New Jersey Workplace Literacy and Basic Skills Training Program. For the folks who don't know, Catherine, what is it and why is it important?
Well, first of all, it's incredibly important to employers because it is a free training program for an employer's workforce, all of the employees at an existing employer's business, to upskill the workforce for things like English as a second language, computer skills, communication skills, both verbal and written, as well as supervisory skills, and those very important business operation skill sets like time management, team building. And so really these courses that are offered at all 18 community colleges throughout the state are available on the community college campus or at the employer's location and of course online.
Right, and this is all grant funded?
It is all free to employers because they already pay for it technically in their unemployment taxes.
Good point, good point. And what size companies get involved with this?
Small, medium, and large.
Wow, okay. And Dawn, for Inspira Health, which by the way is the leading network of healthcare providers in the South Jersey region of the state, how has this program been of help, or how has it lended itself to Inspira?
So Inspira has been taking advantage of the basic skills training since about 2015.
Okay.
And so it's really allowed us to keep our employees top of skills. You think of something like Microsoft Office in the 15 years that this has been available, that program has changed. Their suite has changed so many times. Really allows us to keep everybody up to date, efficient, using the tools in the best way possible.
What school do you partner with?
We partner primarily with Rowan College of South Jersey right now in both Cumberland and Gloucester counties.
And how many employees have taken advantage of the program through Inspira?
We estimate over the years about 3,000 employees have taken care. Yeah.
Wow. I'm just curious to see when workers get involved in this program, is there a reluctance to do it? Do they want to do it? Do they have to be convinced? How does it work?
Most people are voluntold to attend some sort of training at some point or another. But it's been great to see people, they get in there, they're there a bit begrudgingly maybe, but by the time they leave, they're realizing they're having aha moments, they're doing things they didn't think they'd be able to do. It really starts to set them off on a different course.
And Catherine, this is a time when jobs are tough to fill sometimes. So what do you kind of implore to employers in terms of the availability of this program?
Sure. So again, because these training courses are available at all 18 community colleges, any employer could take advantage of them throughout the state. Sometimes an employer has to look from within because it is so hard to fill these positions nowadays. And so upskilling their workforce could be the answer to their workforce needs.
Are there certain programs with, certain educational classes that change in popularity over the years? Like, what is the big thing now?
So interestingly, Dawn was saying that lean for hospital administration is very big for her organization, and so project management, lean project management, and so that is certainly a in-demand course throughout the state.
Right. How about in terms of, I think I heard you, Dawn, talking about during the press conference how COVID has kind of changed how these classes take place, and maybe things are going to be changed permanently this way.
And so change management is actually a topic that is very
it's a circle
much
within a square
in demand right now
Right.
to get people used to. We're not going back to what was normal. Everything's kind of up for grabs. And so, we were able to, as I mentioned, take advantage of Teams training when we had to do a quick changeover, literally in a weekend, to get everybody online.
And so what you're saying, pre-COVID, most of the classes were in person?
They were. Most of the classes took place either at the college or on our facilities.
Okay, is that the way it is for all colleges?
Yes, in person or online or at the employer's location. And while there's a whole suite of courses available to employers and employees, the colleges will customize training just for an employer.
Got it. And when there were certain types of classes, I think you were mentioning.
So there are all the Microsoft suite.
Well, there's dedicated classes and open enrollment classes. That's what
That's right. That's right. So of course, an employer can call and say, "Hey, I need a course for 15 of my employees on my work site," and that will happen for them through our community colleges. But employees may also sign up for any of these open enrollment courses, they're called, to better themselves.
That's great. I mean, do you find that does happen? Like, hey, there's enough awareness from within that employee that I want to better myself?
You know, usually we find that it is employees of an employer that force the courses, voluntold employees to partake in the courses, who are better aware of these opportunities, these training opportunities.
It's funny, I've never heard the term voluntold before today. How about in terms of English as a second language? Did I hear you say something earlier today that English as a second language was, and it is a very popular one, but then it was Spanish as something else, and I can't remember what you're talking about.
Spanish for managers.
Okay, so that shows growth, right? I mean,
absolutely growth. There are so many managers who may be managing a workforce for whom English is a second language. And so, you know, it goes both ways. And the colleges have been able to adapt and provide those types of training courses.
Catherine, do you find that some employers just do not know about this program, even though it's been 15 years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And what do you say? I mean, how do you find them? How do you track them down?
So each of the colleges do some marketing, of course, because of our partnership with New Jersey Business and Industry Association. That's you. We are doing some marketing as well. But any employer can go to our website, njworkforce.org/basic skills to get more information. Or they could just reach out to their local community college and ask for the workplace literacy and basic skills training program.
Right. And Dawn, what would you tell an employer who's maybe not taking part in this program? What would you tell them?
I would say that there's no easier way to access grant-funded training than this program. There's almost no administrative burden on your organization to access this funding, and it gives the employees a lot of choices in which way they want to grow.
That's great. So, in closing, we want folks to go to njworkforce.org/basic skills, and they get all the information. There's a great brochure out on this too. So
there is.
Yeah, is the brochure available online as well?
It is.
That's great.
Yes.
Saves paper too.
It does save paper.
All right, Catherine Frugé Starghill and Dawn Gelsi-Collins, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be back right after these words.
You're first to respond. First to put others' lives before your own. And in an emergency, you need a network that puts you first, that connects you to technology and each other, that's built with and for first responders. FirstNet, the only officially authorized wireless network for first responders. Because putting you first is our job.
Welcome back to NJBIA's Minding Your Business. I'm Bob Considine. Well, in addition to being the leading business advocacy voice in Trenton, NJBIA also offers a ton of products and services to help its members save time and money. Here to discuss the latest ways businesses can save is Chief Business Relations Officer Wayne Staub. Wayne, thank you so much for being back on the show.
Of course, Bob. Thanks for having me.
It's been way too long. You got to come back more often.
I would love to, anytime.
So what do you want businesses to know in terms of products and services that NJBIA offers?
Well, as you know, Bob, NJBIA exists to advance the competitive excellence and financial success of our members. And one way we do that is through our HR suite of services.
Right.
Through these services, we leverage our power, our size, and our purchasing power to provide products and services for our members that offer more choices, reduced or eliminated fees, top-rate customer service, and should save you money.
Right, very well said. And you know, one of the things that's right at the top of the list of the products and services is the healthcare that NJBIA offers. Why is that important now?
So it's open enrollment season now for many companies, and this is the time that people start thinking about that, you know, major cost that hits them every year. We've partnered with Association Member Trust, which is a multiple employer nonprofit. It's member owned and member run. So any proceeds, any profits are given back to the member companies.
Right.
This plan is administered through Horizon Blue Cross Blue Shield, offers hundreds of different plan designs and options, including, you know, direct access, HSAs, Omnia plans, just to name a few of the choices that you have. You know, we believe that by providing more choices, it gives the employer more options to provide a quality health plans for their employees, which is very important, as you know, in this tight labor market.
I was going to say, the labor market, also the cost of health insurance goes up, so the flexibility in the plans is huge, right?
Absolutely.
And Association Member Trust, 75 years, so they're not going anywhere. What kind of feedback do you get on that from members who kind of take on to the health plan here at BIA?
Well, thanks for asking. We have many testimonials from many companies who have said that these plans have given them the ability to offer quality plans for their employees. As you mentioned, the price increases are astronomical, you know, and having the ability to shift and make the choices for your individual business that meets the needs of your employees is key. And we've had, you know, members, you know, in tears saying that without this, they would not have been able to offer a product for their employees.
And when you can offer that, you become more competitive as a business.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And I should mention to folks, Wayne, November 2nd, there is an open enrollment webinar. You can go to njbia.org/events and you can find a link there. And if you happen to catch this after November 2nd, we'll have that on NJBI's YouTube page, so you can learn more about that. Wayne, I also want to talk to you about the 401k and profit sharing plans that NJBIA offers as well.
Yeah, very excited about this program. Again, open enrollment season for them as you prepare for your plans for next year. Again, this is a multiple employer plan using some of the same principles. We combine our resources, leverage our purchasing power and our size, and we give access to our members to plans at low cost that they would never otherwise be able to have access to. You know, and this is very important because, as you know, in May of this year, the Secure Choice Act passed.
Right. This is something on the advocacy side that was followed quite a bit.
Yes, I know you're very familiar. And this law requires that any employer with 25 employees or more provide a 401k plan.
So it's basically a mandate.
It is a mandate. And by being part of our plan, we're going to reduce your administrative and fiduciary responsibilities, saving you time and reducing your risk. Then we're also going to reduce fees, startup and administrative, and we're going to eliminate the need for a fiduciary bond, which will save you money.
That should definitely appeal to anybody who wants to provide their employees this 401k program.
Absolutely. And for our businesses out there who have 100 employees or more, the current law requires that you do an annual audit. And these fees could be $9,000 to $13,000 a year. If you're part of our plan, you do not have to do your annual audit because the audit is part of the program, saving you $9,000 to $13,000 annually.
That's huge. That kind of savings, and also, you know, you want to have some flexibility. you're going to get more flexibility than a state-run plan in all likelihood.
Absolutely, and again, we're already established, already procedures in place, and it's a well-oiled machine.
Right.
Again, Bob, we've had a nonprofit member of ours who has saved over $8,000
Right.
in eliminating that fee, the annual audit, and for a nonprofit, that's significant.
That is great. Wayne, I want to turn finally on this a new program called BIA Learn. I think this is like the holy grail of online training solutions. What's that offer for our businesses?
So super excited about this. This is our newest product that we're offering. So this is a comprehensive web-based training platform that enables employers to stay compliant, reduce risk, and increase employee engagement. We offer over 350 courses, most of which are available in Spanish.
Right. Wow.
One of the cool features of this also is it auto updates and expands as new federal and state laws and legislation are passed.
There's so much to keep up with this stuff.
Absolutely, and this helps ensure our members stay compliant.
Right.
You know, some of the topics that they include are, compliance and law, IT, computer, diversity, equity, and inclusion, state mandated anti-harassment training, and OSHA-approved safety training. All key components to helping keep your employees safe and keeping the business compliant.
I was going to say, protecting your business is huge here because if, God forbid, something happens where you're sued for something and it's without merit. If you don't have this protection, is that you've shown that you've done the work here, that works against you in a court.
Absolutely, and again, that's some of the feedback we get from our members who have participated in this, is the peace of mind that they get by knowing that they're providing what's required and going above and beyond, because again, we talk about, the tight employment market out there, so in providing opportunities for your employees to learn, there's all types of development programs in there as well.
Yeah.
One piece I did want to mention, I think is very key too for our members to know, is that we at NJBIA, we utilize all these products and services ourselves. So they've been fully vetted. We wouldn't offer these to our members if we didn't think that they offered the services and the customer service that we're accustomed to.
Yeah, and for, on a personal note, they're very palatable. They're not too long, these things. I feel like they're all 30, 35, 40 minutes, and you can handle each one. Some of the, I just want to go over some of the categories before we leave here, Wayne. Compliance and legal, computer and IT, customer service, diversity, harassment, HR, professional development, and workplace safety. And if folks want to learn more about all the NJBIA programs, they can email Wayne at wstaub@njbia.org, and he will get back to you within 15 seconds. Or you can go to njbia.org and hit the Why NJBIA tab. Wayne, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Bob. We hope to help as many businesses as we can.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Up next on NJBIA's Minding Your Business, we keep it internal as the always engaging and informative Kate Conroy and Vinnie Civitillo take to the desk to talk about NJBIA's final events for the year. Kate and Vinnie, take it away.
All right, Kate, Public Policy Forum's coming up very soon. Tell me where and when.
Absolutely. The Public Policy Forum is our largest policy event of the year. It's coming up on Tuesday, November 29th, and it's going to be at the Delta Hotel in Woodbridge, New Jersey. Very conveniently located right off the Garden State Parkway, exit 130, I believe. It starts at 8 o'clock and it goes until 1 o'clock.
Awesome. Who's our big speaker this year?
It's going to be the chairman and CEO of Citizens Bank. He's going to be doing a fireside chat with Brenda Ross-Doolin. She is fantastic.
Yeah.
And before that, though, we're actually giving out some awards.
Tell me about our award winners.
Definitely. So we've got two biggies this year. I mean, they're all very important, but the first two are really, really special. John Kennedy of the New Jersey MEP and Ralph Thomas from the New Jersey Society of CPAs. Both of these gentlemen are retiring this year, and we're really excited to honor all of the things that they have done for the state of New Jersey over their careers.
Absolutely. I'll miss them. They were both on this show.
I know. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
Yep. And then after that, we've got some legislative awards. And I will not say all of those names because there's just too many of them. But I am going to mention the Candy Straight Woman Trailblazer Award. That's going to Connie Mercer this year. And the ELC Award for Excellence is going to Liz Tyndall. Those two names should be very familiar to our New Jersey community. These women have just done so much for the state of New Jersey, and we're really excited to help celebrate them.
After that, I'm going to assume we have some panels.
Of course we have panels. This event wouldn't be this event if we didn't have a million panels. And
A million panels.
A million panels. I'm exaggerating ever so slightly. The first panel is the Legislative Leaders Panel, and that will include the Senate President, Nick Scutari, the Assembly Speaker, Craig Coughlin, the Senate Minority Leader, Steve Oroho, and the Assembly Minority Leader, John DeMeo. These guys are going to be talking about what happened in New Jersey this year and what people should expect for next year. And I honestly cannot wait because, as we've talked about in the past on this show and elsewhere, it is a time of great uncertainty right now.
Yeah.
And so I think the business community is really looking for guidance from them on what to expect.
Sure.
Yep. After that is a networking break, and I just want to put in a little plug here. Policy people tend to be introverts. I don't know why that is, but it tends to be true. So if you're a little bit like not interested in the networking, let me just remind you, it is a completely legitimate way to network by networking with a buddy. Yeah, find a friend, work the room together, and as long as you keep moving, you're going to be fine.
Awesome.
Yeah. After the networking, we have another panel. Our very own Chris Emmaholtz. Shout out to Chris. He's going to be leading a panel called Driving the State's Economy Forward Amidst an Uncertain Forecast. There's that word uncertain again.
Yeah.
We are all wondering how it's all going to shake out next year. And his lineup of speakers on this panel is really just incredible.
Tell me about him.
Okay, so the first one is Kathleen Coviello, the Chief Economic Transformation Officer with the New Jersey Economic Development Authority. Talk about a title, right?
Yeah, right.
Kathleen Powers, the CFO of Matheny Medical and Education Center and Board President of the New Jersey Society of CPAs. Kyle Sullender, our very own Kyle, and Deborah Tantliff, the founding principal of Tantum Real Estate. It's a really nice cross-section of different silos, I guess you would say. There's medical, there's CPA, there's all kinds of different leaders who are going to talk about what to expect next year. I'm excited about that one. After that, our very own Ray Cantor, shout out to Ray, he is going to be doing a panel, get this, it's on ensuring our dollars drive the economy forward, but the focus is on transportation, energy, logistics, and communications. Like when I say this agenda is packed, this panel is packed. It's incredible.
If anybody could pack that much information into 45 minutes, I'm sure it's Ray. I have all the faith in the world in him.
100%. Anybody who attended the energy conference back in October knows that Ray knows how to put together an agenda.
Absolutely.
After that, our very own Alexis Bailey, shout out to Alexis, she's doing a panel called Ensuring the New Jersey Workforce is Prepared to Execute Infrastructure Projects. And I know that that sounds like a mouthful, but what it comes down to is workforce preparedness and training. And we at NJBIA are so passionate about that.
Absolutely. It's critical.
Absolutely. In fact, one of our best partners, NJCCC, shout out to them. They are fantastic trainers if you need some training for your workforce.
Very cool. All right, so I know that this is coming up to the end of the year anyway, but is there anything else coming up before year's end that you want to talk about?
Actually, yeah, 2 days after this this event on December 1st.
You're not giving yourselves any time to rest.
Why would we do that? Yes, on December 1st, we are doing a joint event with the Somerset County Business Network. We're going to be doing a holiday hobnob, which is basically a networking event. Just network for the holidays. Hobnob for the holidays, if you will. I'm excited about this. It's going to be at the Marriott Hotel in Bridgewater. The food and drink at that place is just incredible. We've done some events there. I know. It's the most important part of any event, right?
Absolutely.
Actually, somebody told me once that the secret to producing a good event is fill the room, feed them well, and get them out on time.
That sounds perfect.
Right? Doesn't that sound perfect? Yeah. So I think that is
So we'll be doing that.
We'll be doing that. Yes, we're very excited. I want to shout out to Len Harris at the Somerset County Business Partnership. They have been so great to work with, and we're really excited about it.
All right, thank you, Kate and Vinnie. And in closing today, we take you to NJBIA's recently held second annual energy conference, where Senator Andrew Zwicker, who also is the public outreach lead for the Princeton Plasma Physics Laboratory, had a very interesting discussion on the path of fusion energy in New Jersey. Have a look.
So fusion is, and the reason why I have drunk the Kool-Aid is it is genuinely the ultimate source of clean electricity. And you can see the quote from Stephen Hawking, the cosmologist behind me, when asked in 2010 what problem do you hope scientists have solved? I would like to see nuclear fusion become a practical power source, providing an inexhaustible supply of energy without pollution or global warming. And so that's what this is about. It is one of the greatest scientific and engineering challenges ever attempted by human beings, is to turn the power of the sun, I should have said that with a Spider-Man, right? The power of the sun in the palm of my hand. A little bit bigger, right? But it's about, can we turn fusion into a practical source of energy? So what we see here is the world. Blue is, this is the average global temperature. Blue is cold, red is hot. And it's averaged over these periods, these 5-year periods of time. So this is back in the 1890s. So if you look at both the color that's there, and then as the years change, it'll go up to 2021. So can you go ahead and play that? So you can see it's blue with little yellows that are around there, but nothing really is happening. That's the 1930s, 1940s, 50s, into the 60s, 70s, 80s, and you can see what starts to happen, 90s, 2000s, 2010, all right? That's just data. That's not projections. That's just data. Look at the Earth, right? And we talk a lot about our common experiences. We talk a lot about the fact that people understand weather, right? We all check, what's the weather today? Is it gonna rain? Is it gonna be warm? Do I wear a jacket? But this is climate, and this is on average, right? So the Earth is warming, and it's up to us to decide what to do about it when it comes to, are we going to adapt, and what we're doing when it comes to energy production. And that's what fusion is about. Because if you imagine, oops, what if there was an energy source that had all of these, right? Safe, carbon-free, sustainable, inexhaustible, right? There are, as you'll see as I go through the slides, hundreds of thousands of years of fuel on the planet for fusion, right? We will probably go extinct as a species before we run out of fuel. Provides baseload energy. What by that I mean firm, meaning fusion doesn't care if the sun is gonna shine or if the wind is gonna blow. Fusion will just be baseload, constant energy. No geological storage. It doesn't need large landmass, whether that's for turbines or for solar panels. Imagine just a regular power plant right now, 1,000 megawatts, whether it's nuclear or fossil fuels. And the idea is we will one day, if we can perfect the technology, start to build right next to them fusion reactors, fusion power plants, and we'll just right on those sites, and perhaps in South Jersey one day down by the nuclear plants, move the connectivity to the grid over and have fusion electrons on the grid, right? And energy security. We're talking about, this is a worldwide project. The whole world is working on this, but the fuel is here. We don't have to import it at all. So it provides energy security at the same time. It is the ultimate energy source. So that's it. It's all about making the machine that can create a star in a machine here on Earth and turn it into practical, affordable electricity. That's the goal.
Can we build the machines that can do this, right? That's the first question. And we say yes, and we can debate that scientifically, and we can debate the engineering and the technology and all those sort of things, right? But that's not enough to make usable electricity. You also have to have everything else in place so that the energy that you create has to be competitive economically with the fossil fuels, or with fission, or with solar, or with wind. I mean, if we get there, and we will get there, it's a game changer. That part's, not the hype. So why don't we have it, and how long is it gonna take? I would say currently the answer is never, unless we are really serious about funding this. If we're wrong and we can't do it, then the planet goes on to whatever it does, right? If we're right, it changes the planet as we know it, because it's a completely new paradigm in a source of energy. Right? So the question becomes, are we willing to take the risk to find out if we're right? I mean, don't you want to be a part of something that changes the planet? That's the bottom line.
All right, thank you, Senator Andrew Swicker, for that discussion from NJBIA's second annual energy conference. And thank you for joining us on NJBIA's Minding Your Business. We'll see you next time.